Hello everyone, Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we should hopefully be finishing Chrono Trigger. Last time we completed the last of the affairs we needed to do in this world before heading off to the final dungeon of the game, the Black Omen, where Queen Azeel now presides over this world in a state of immortality as she continues to strive to obtain the power of Lavos. So we are going to be heading for the rest of this dungeon in the hopes of taking care of her so that we finally can take on Lavos itself and put this adventure to rest. So while we're going through the remainder of this place, one of the things that I want to try and do is get all of the triple techs that we have still not acquired. And for that, we're gonna have a Chrono in the party for a good chunk of the next bit of the adventure, since he is integral to like all of the triple techs, besides the ones you get from the gemstones. And mentioning that, so I did a little bit of research in between the stream sessions so that I know exactly what we would need to go for in the last leg of our journey. And I learned that there was a gemstone I actually missed. And it is a very esoteric one to get, so completely understand why I missed out on this one. So there's a gemstone that you get after you have managed to max out the Masamune by doing that one quest with that one quest involving Frog. And after doing that, you have to go back to the Denadoro Mountains. At no point does the game give any hint about this, but if you return there after maxing out the Masamune, then that is how you get the gemstone that will give you another triple tech that you're able to do with your party. So yeah, we're not going to be grabbing that before the end of this playthrough, since we're going to be heading straight into the finale. So by fighting those guys there, we learned a new triple tech with this party. Lifeline grants all allies a one-time auto-revive. This could be really useful in some boss fights coming up, because I know there are some pretty tough ones. So now we got that. Let's swap Robbie out for Ayla, so that we can get another tech with this party. And let's see how we can do here. Yeah, let's go for Falcon Strike. We can hit both of these guys at once. Just bam! Look at that. I know I said this every time I play this game, but I love this game's combat. And by doing that, we get ourselves the triple tech final kick. So that just strikes a single target with an elemental kick. So combines lightning and ice magic along with Ayla's physical strength to deal shadow damage to a single opponent. How about we show that off? What are these things? Oh. And if memory serves, these guys are completely immune to magic. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother using the triple tech on these guys. At the very least, Marl, you can heal us up, and then I'll just have Chrono and Ayla take out these bat guys. I must say, I really like the sprites on these guys. Like, they're very grotesque looking, but you get that from, like, a lot of designs that Toriyama has done over the years, you know? So I can't hit both of them at this angle. Okay, Ayla, you can just triple kick that guy, and then Crono can finish the last one with Cleave. We still got quite a few battles to go through before we're at the end of this leg of our adventure. So I'd say we are more than halfway through the Black Omen at this point. And it will be very nice when we finally get to the end here. Oh, we got two of these guys. Alright, I'm trying to remember what the deal was with these guys, because I know they do have a counter. But how about we show off the final kick? So you have just a massive amount of... Okay. So those guys absorb energy, and... Yeah, that was not what I wanted to see. Alright, let's go for Falcon Strike, see if this does better against these guys. Alright, not bad. Sadly, Marl took a bit of a tumble there, but she'll be fine. We'll revive her. Still got quite a few healing items on us. Thankfully, I did make sure that we were prepared with items before coming here, but we do go through a lot in this area, so there's still a lot of enemies we gotta take care of, quite a few battles to go through. So for the next one, I think I want to have Luca and Robo in the party, so that we can get their triple tech. Seems like we are already done here. And we got ourselves a number of these guys to take care of. So let's just do a Mega Volt, do some massive lightning damage to all these guys. And then... You want to go with a flare, or... Never mind, I think we got them all. It's a good opportunity to steal some more capsules if you have Ayla in your party. And you learn Ring of Fire triple tech after having this party in. And we get ourselves a speed capsule by beating that. Very good. So definitely like to show off this particular skill. Robbie, you could use some extra speed, since you're one of the slower members of the team. So Ring of Fire, I would definitely like to show off in the next fight, depending on what we are going to see here. So that save point appearing does have me a bit worried about what's to come. Oh boy, we got another one of these monstrosities. So I faintly recall this one being really, really mean. But let's test out our new ability, which... Oh, this one is proximity-based, so I can't actually do it. Fine. Let's just blast this guy and see what we can do. I faintly recall this one being pretty tough, so we'll just see what we do. Okay, the bottom one will absorb magic, it seems. So you gotta strike the top half with magic and the lower half with physical attacks. I believe that is the strategy you want to do against this guy. Otherwise, he can be very brutal. Oh yeah, the top half is able to drain HP from the bottom half. So the key here is trying to figure out what be the best way of dealing with both halves. Let's do a fire tackle on the top half. Just want to try and take both of these halves out at a pretty good rate. So I'll have those two do that, and then Chrono, go for a frenzy on the bottom half. Wow, that thing has really good defense. And it has Life Shaver. I was worried about that, so it can reduce a character to 0 HP. Along with its other skills. It's very nasty. Alright, let's revive Chrono, and then... You can take a high potion, buddy. Then we'll go back on the offensive. So I think we'll want to take out the top half first, and then the lower half will probably get lower defense after we take out the top half. Yeah, I think that's the trick with this one. Like I said, this is a very tricky fight. I wonder if the bottom half might actually counter with Life Shaver. If that's the case, then this thing is really, really nasty. You can go for a Pure Beam on Chrono. So I'm feeling right now we just need to focus on taking out the top half. So let's just pour our energy into doing that. So again, this guy will be recovering its health by absorbing stuff from the bottom half. As long as you are just persistent, you should be able to take this guy down. Damn, that was a big hit. Okay, Robbie. Do a heal beam on everyone. Then I want to see if we can get Chrono and Luca to do a combo against this guy. If you could kill the bottom half, buddy, I'd really appreciate that. Let's do Fire Sword. Come on, I know we'll take care of you here. Another Fire Tackle. Probably just going to be relying on dual attacks for a good chunk of this fight here. Ow! Okay, let's do Fire Sword. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this one. This guy is just really mean. Alright, Robbie, do another heal beam. And we are already almost out of MP on this team. Oh boy. I'd love to talk about some of the other stuff that's been going on. I haven't had a good opportunity to do that. Yep, you two can go for the Fire Tackle. Bam! And I don't even know what the top half is immune to physical attacks. Sure, you can do a lightning, and Robbie, so you could do a... Yeah, give a high ether to Crono, since we're still gonna need to hit this guy. Alright. You can do a Fire Sword, and then, Robbie, you can restore your own MP. Please kill your lower half. I know that's a really weird thing to say right now, but I really appreciate that, buddy. It's like the other guys were much easier to deal with. Just this one that is the big hassle. Okay, buddy, you are gonna need Cure Beam on yourself. And then you two can Fire Sword. Can't really think of any other strategies to deal with that guy. Okay, we managed to take out the top half, so now we just got the bottom to deal with. Let's test things out with just a simple Rocket Punch. Alright, it's still gonna do Life Shaver. I wonder what... Nope, without the top half, it just dies immediately afterwards. So that's good. Ooh boy, that guy was nasty. And for beating him, we get the white gemstone. And a Mega Elixir for our troubles. Very good. Let's go ahead and use this capsule. Yeah, Robbie could use that. So, would really like to show off the triple tech that these guys just got. But we also got another gemstone that I would like to highlight here. So the white gemstone enables Poyozo Dance Triple Tech. Quite the interesting name for this one. And what is the party we need for this? I believe it incorporates Ayla. Yep, this is one of hers. So that triple tech has Misty and Luca in it. Confuses all enemies and hits with magic. I don't know if that implies that it's just going to be a non-elemental magic attack or something else, but that would be pretty helpful in a certain party configuration. Okay, looking at who else we haven't gone in terms of triple techs here. So we just got the Ring of Fire, and I don't believe we've learned Delta Storm. So let's get this party in. Yeah, this one will probably be good. Just thinking about what we're gonna need for the next leg of our adventure, cause no, this guy is one of the last bosses that we're gonna be facing here in the Black Omen. So I think the rest of the party's gonna be fine at the moment. Let's just press onward and see what we got. Really? One of these guys? So apparently Queen Zeal loves Lavos so much that it's going to summon one of its young at us. So yep, we got another one of these little turds to deal with. Like I said before, do not attack the body. Strike the head only. I wonder this guy might be a bit stronger than the other ones we fought before. I don't know for certain, but yeah, this one definitely seems a bit stronger. Okay, we're probably gonna need to heal ourselves up in a bit. Okay, you can use a Lapis to heal everybody. We should be good. Yeah, we're definitely getting hit with a lot here, which is to be expected. We are getting at the end of this adventure, so they're definitely going to be throwing all the hard stuff at us. But as long as we just keep hammering at this thing, we should be good. There we go. Took out another one of the Lavos spawn. And we learn Delta Storm. So this triple tech is going to be an elemental blast with all those guys dealing shadow magic. That's quite nice. And then the next one I'm going to do is going to involve Ayla in this party. Okay. Definitely took a beating in that fight, so just bear with me a moment while I heal up. Oh, man. So, want to say we are close to the end here, given what we have been fighting so far. So, got another of these guys to deal with. You know what? Ayla, let's have you charm, and then you two can go on the offensive. Ooh, got a speed capsule. Nice. Yeah, we shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with these guys, because we dealt with plenty of them before. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, you can charm the others before we take them out. Like I said before, you're able to visit the Black Omen in every era that you're able to access, so you can use that to venture here multiple times in order to steal capsules and also do level grinding, which is very, very good. And we got one of more of these guys in the middle. Okay. So I believe that these wall panels are actually modeled after the Mammon machine, which is definitely fitting with the whole aesthetic we've had going on with this place. And by beating those, we're able to get Gatling Kick. And we got another save point here. So that has me a good idea on what we're going to be going up against next. Alright, so now we got Gatling Kick. We'll want to have Robo in the party instead of Luca, so that we can get our next one we're going to need. Oh dang, Robbie is at like 1 HP. Bro, you're definitely going to need this. We're almost out of shelters, but don't worry, we don't have very much far to go. Okay, let's see what lies beyond. Well, this is ominous. So I believe the implication here is that Queen Azil has been gathering data about us while we have been venturing through time. And that is why we have these, want to say holographic projections of our party, but I'm not quite too sure exactly what they are. Oh, hello, Your Majesty. I know what you have seen. It is your futures that slumber in this hall. Destiny in its essential form. All the dreams that might have been, all the happiness and sorrow you might have known, your tomorrow as it has been witnessed. The Black Omen transcends time and space, drifting through the all and nothing, waiting for Lavos to awaken. Destiny has led you here, and here you shall remain. Unless you can defeat me and bring down the Omen, there is no future for you. Come, children, Lavos slumbers. I will guide you into the depths of his dream. Did I say dream? I meant, of course, his eternal nightmare. So now we face Queen Azil herself. And she's got herself some nasty skills, able to reduce us to 1 HP immediately. Alright, what are we going to do against you? Let's start with a drill kick. See what we're able to do here. So, you definitely want to make sure you have a good amount of HP when dealing with this lady, because she can instantly reduce your party to nothing. And she can even leech off of you in order to get stronger. So definitely be careful about that. So I love the detail, too, that you can see the remains of the Mammon machine in the background. It has already fulfilled its purpose, so of course the Queen would have no more need to keep it functioning. So I feel like we are gonna be in a good position here. As long as we keep ourselves healthy, I don't believe that Zeal will be able to do much to us. Oh, there's another halation. Oh, I thought that was going to be a... I thought that was going to be an HP sapping attack, but I guess that one actually saps MP. Well, we're going to need to revive Ayla after this, so just give me a second. Really? Again? I do not appreciate what you are giving us, Your Majesty. I mean, of course, a power-hungry dictator like her would only care about preserving her own life and not caring about others. So her having a more parasitic moveset definitely compliments her. There's another halation. Will you cut that out? Sorry for the lack of commentary here, but I just want to focus on the battle at the moment, since we are so close to the end here. Man, this queen is durable. Well, we do know she has an immortal body, as she's able to exist in every time period that we're able to visit. So it makes sense that she would be a hardy one. Alright, that takes care of her. And we get a Mega Elixir. And we learn the Twister Triple Tech. Ah! My powers don't seem to work here! Ah, but I have a better idea. I can feed you to the Mammon Machine. You'll be made one with the Omen, Lavos, and me! So now we face the Mammon Machine itself. So what are we gonna do against you? So how about we test out our new ability, Twister? Just does a massive attack against a bunch of targets. It'd be quite nice. Ooh, good. So this is definitely going to be a tough next couple of battles we got here. Wasn't expecting to go at it with this particular party, but we got a lot of skills. We can do a lot of damage with this group, so we should be fine. So I believe the Mammon Machine has the ability to alter its own stats to be able to use a bunch of different strategies against us. We shouldn't have to worry too much about what this thing can do. We got ourselves a pretty strong party here. We should be able to handle anything this thing can do. The Mammon Machine remains still. Oh, never mind. Okay, you could use some healing there, buddy. Alright, let's go for another twister. Just want to blast this thing with everything we got. Yeah, we got ourselves on a pretty good rhythm here. I don't think we're gonna have much of a problem against this thing. There we go. We have finally destroyed the Mammon Machine. The symbol of the Queen's insatiable thirst for power. You maggots! I am the queen who shall rule for all eternity at Lavos' side! You will not stand in my way! Indulge in such arrogance in the next life! So now Zeal shows her true form. So now the queen has mutated into this form due to the power of Lavos coursing through her. So we got ourselves a lot of targets to deal with here. So I believe the hands are going to have high resistance to magic. So we're going to need to take those things out if we are going to have an easier time of dealing with the queen herself. Okay. You're gonna need some heals, and what I'd like is uh-oh, I think one of us does not have enough MP to do an attack here. But yeah, I believe we want to strike the hands with melee, or maybe not. And these things have a light shaver as a counter. So I believe specifically the hand on the left does. This might actually be a good idea to focus on the queen herself. I'm not entirely sure. So I believe one of the hands also has the ability to drain MP, so that's also something you gotta watch out for. But yeah, this is a really tough one. The queen is not holding back here. She is fighting at her peak. So we gotta make sure that we are at our peak here. Alright, let's try a... Okay, Robbie, you heal us, and then you two go for a Thunder Chomp on the head. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what would be the best strategy here. Taking out the hands would be pretty helpful. But they also have high resistances to, like, everything, so... Plus, they got counters. So I think just keep your party healthy, focus on the head, and you should be good. But yeah, you know the old saying about how power corrupts? Yeah, that definitely would show what has happened here. Zeal is no longer human, just this monster that is... that cannot contain her thirst for power. It is pretty sad, because we knew from what we heard from her children, Shaw and Janice, that she did used to be a good person long ago, but the power of Lavos just completely corrupted her until she is only this hollow husk, without a trace of humanity left in her. Which I definitely feel is something that a lot of people can recognize from a lot of corrupt figures in our society, especially in these days. You can keep blasting us, but it's not gonna work, Your Majesty. You know what? Let's use a lapis. We should be in a good position to take you out in just a couple more hits. Thank you, Robbie. Alright, so you can robo-tackle since you're almost out of MP here. Yeah, I feel like we are in a good spot here. And there it goes. We have finally bested Zeal. How dare you, vermin, hound my steps! Oh, almighty Lavos, lend me your power! At last, Lavos stirs. Before him, you are as grist before the wheel. But I shall attain immortality! With that, we have conquered the Black Omen. But, in retaliation, Zeal has awakened that which we started this adventure to destroy. Lavos enters attack mode. So once you conquer the Black Omen and defeat Zeal, that brings you straight into the final fight with Lavos, which you could have also done by using the bucket at the end of time, or by taking the Wings of Time. So now we got ourselves a big fight on our hands. And what are we going to do for this one? I mean, I feel like it would be nice if we just alternate through our party using all the various characters that we have gathered over the course of this journey. So I feel like that'd be a nice way to wrap things up here as we're going into the final fight. Before taking on Lavos, we have an opportunity to heal, so make the most of it. Oh yeah, we had these speed capsules we got before. Yeah, let's give those to Misty. She's one of our main spellcasters, as well as our main healer, so that'd be really good. But now it's time to face Lavos. So, the trick with Lavos here is that the parasite is able to take our past battles and experiences, as well as fights that we haven't done previously, if you were to attack this thing early, and it's able to incorporate the various skills and attacks from all of our foes that we have faced. So it started off as the Robo Dragon that we faced back in the back in Guardia Castle. And now we are switching to this thing. So now it's gonna take on the powers of the defense drone that we encountered back in the future. So, yeah, this fight is definitely a test of everything that we have managed to do over the course of this journey. So you want to be sure to remember all the various strategies you used against the opponents that you have faced, if you're going to succeed in this first phase. So after clearing that phase, he's going to move on to Hekran. Also, you could desperately use some more MP, buddy. And we'll heal you up as well. Alright, let's bring Wart into this one. He wasn't there for when we fought Hekran. So for this guy, we want to attack using magic. Wow, we can't even use the proximity bomb against this thing. Okay. Guess we'll do laser spin, and then you can strike with water. So yeah, it's definitely very interesting how this thing is able to absorb these skills from the various bosses that we have faced all throughout this adventure. And if you fought this thing early, it's able to use the power of bosses that you have not fought. So Lavos, as we've been hearing all throughout this adventure, it has some abilities where it's able to basically interfere with and mess with time. This thing is able to not only open time gates, but is also able to but it can also what am I trying to say here? It can create time gates. It's able to draw in a power from entities all throughout time, as this thing is intrinsically connected to all of the history of this world, which makes it quite the interesting foe that we've had to deal with. So now this thing is going to copy Zombo, or his abilities. So I forget entirely what would be the best strategy for this guy. No, one half is stronger to physical attacks than the other, but I think we should be fine. And we still can't use Proximity Bomb here. Yeah, great job, buddy. Yep, you can cast Cure on yourself. It's actually quite low in health there, Froggy. Don't worry, we'll be good. So it's got Zombor's ability to absorb the health from enemies. So we got that to worry about, along with everything else. And it can steal MP. So after dealing with that, it now takes on the form of Masamune. So let's switch Robbie out for Ayla. So we haven't gotten a good opportunity to use her. And depending on how things go, we might actually learn another triple tech here. Alright, so the Masamune phase. So pretty sure you just strike it with whatever. But the main thing you want to watch out for is when it starts charging up wind energy. When that happens, you want to attack using Chrono's Wind Slash. We shouldn't have to worry too much about this, especially if we can out-damage this thing. Well, let's just try our best. But yeah, this is an interesting take on having a... Oh yeah, we learned the 3D attack triple tech from fighting that. So with that, we should have all the triple techs that we're able to do outside of the ones involving gemstones. And after clearing Masamune, it's now taken on the power of Nizbel. Thinking about our party here, let's bring Robbie back in. And let's restore your MP here. Just want to be very careful with our resources, because we still got quite a lot to go through in this part of the fight. Yeah, this should be a good party for this. So, Nizbel, as we remember, has a weakness to lightning magic. You strike him with that element, his defenses will go down. And then just want to strike at him with everything you got. But of course, you do have to worry about his counter that it's able to do. But we should be perfectly fine here. So let's go for a Falcon Strike. Woo! God, that's one of my favorite attacks in the whole game. Let's do a Spin Kick. Just toss you like a frickin' hacky sack at him. And that takes care of Nizbel. So next, it's taking on the power of Magus. Looking at our current team here, yeah, I don't think we need items for this one. So Magus, of course, was a very important figure in our journey, having originally been a member of the Enlightened Ones and the Zeal royal family, who inevitably had his destiny intertwined with Lavos after he was sent into the future. Alright, you use lightning, so we're gonna want to strike you with lightning. Not too worried about this phase. Just strike him with the elemental attacks that he last used against you, and you should be good. But yeah, it's pretty interesting seeing all the different ways that our party has been, and our fates have been connected to Lavos all throughout this journey. And hell, one of our party members even died facing this thing, leading into a big quest for us to work together in order to try and stop this monster. This guy's going to be charging up dark matter, so how about we strike at him with our ultimate skill here, the Delta Storm. Just blasting him with all kinds of magic. Should be able to finish this guy off in a couple hits before he can even get off a dark matter, I believe. And then in this phase, it's taken on the power of Azala and the Black Tyranno. Alright, feel like appropriate to bring Ayla back in for this one. And then someone who's really good at dishing out the damage. Let's bring Robbie back in. I do like that you have the opportunity to heal and recover in between all the different phases we have here. It is a pretty involved fight, and just having this opportunity to recover in between the phases, I definitely appreciate that. So just like the last time we fought this thing, you want to focus your efforts on Azala first, who has taken on that little parasite thing hanging off the side of Lavos there. So a pretty cool addition to Chrono Trigger the musical is that the way they interpret the battle against Lavos here is that Lavos creates these abominations that take on the shape of the various bosses they fight. So there's like a Lavos version of Zombor, Nizbel, Masamune, and even Magus shown fighting the party there. Which I think was a very cool addition to that particular project. Definitely a cool interpretation of this fight. Yeah, and go ahead and throw a boulder at me, I don't care. And going into this battle here, it's very interesting to have an enemy here that's thematically this parasite that is... what am I trying to say here? We got this parasitic life form that is able to copy the various qualities of living beings and creating, like, bastardized versions of them, which, you know, definitely feels thematically appropriate given the kind of world we're in right now. Alright, we've taken out the Azala copy. So now we can just focus on the big guy. So until its defense gets lowered, I'm probably going to be using my weaker attacks, just so that we know for certain that its defense is low. So we'll just keep hammering away at this thing and wait for our opening. So we faced at least 2 Tyrannos over the course of our journey. The Black Tyranno that was the pet of Azala that she was planning to ultimately use to wipe out humanity. And then there was the Rust Tyranno, which was the descendant of the Black Tyranno that managed to survive over millions of years. Also, I hope nobody has a problem with flashing lights during this stream, because, oh boy, a lot of her attacks have been definitely pretty intense with some of the imagery here. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about anything like that, but other people might have a problem with that, and Yeah, I'd really hate for something I've done to, like, negatively impact someone in that way. Alright, with that, we dealt with the Black Tyranno phase. And now we got this big guy. So I believe this guy is called the Giga Gaia. Alright, so for this phase, thinking about what I want for this phase. Alright, let's bring in the OG party for this one. Now, remember this thing giving me quite a bit of trouble the last time we fought it, so we'll definitely want to be careful here. But we should be good. So, the deal with this fight is that we got the hands to worry about, as they can cast magic against us, as well as the main body. So you want to try and take out the heads as quickly as you can. Let's go for a Delta Force, see how good this will do against them. So we're going to strike all 3 segments of this thing for high damage. Let's see. Ooh, very good. We neutralize both of the hands right away. You know what? Let's have Chrono attack with a Frenzy. And then the girls can do an Antipode Bomb free. Wow, very nice. So we'll just keep this up, and we should have this phase done in a jiffy. So after clearing all of those phases, Lavos is not playing around here. So I feel like it would be appropriate if we bring Janice in for this phase, given that he has wanted to destroy Lavos for so long. And sure, we'll bring Ward in for this phase. Feel like it'd be a nice bit of character development if we have these two fighting together in the same battle against Lavos here, you know? Alright, let's do this! Now we face Lavos in his full power. So this guy is quite strong, as you can imagine. He's got attacks that can strike all of us, so you definitely want to be wary of that. Let's go for a Frenzy with Chrono, and then we'll try a Dark Matter with Magus, and see how well this does. But yeah, this beastie is not holding back here. Make sure that you have optimal equipment for this phase, and that you got strong enough skills to deal with this parasite. Alright, we're not doing too bad, all things considered. Alright, let's go for a sword stream with these two. So we did it. It is done? I cannot think this is the end of such a creature. I will sever the wick of your life's candle, Lavos! So in the end, we were able to destroy Lavos' head. However, this is one dreadful place, even more ghastly than Janice's keep. I'm standing right here. There's no turning back now. So this is the point of no return. If you have any final thing that you need to do, any last bit of unfinished business, go and do that. Restock on items if you feel like you do not have enough. I feel like we got plenty of stuff for the finale here. Like, we haven't even used any of our mega elixirs. So, I definitely feel like we're in a good position here. And this is the point where you gotta consider what your final party is going to be in this phase. And considering everything we have went through, I think it's thematically appropriate we end it with the party we started with. Let us use our last shelter. Welcome to Dream's End. So if you have anything left to do, you can use this time rift in order to leave. Using this will send you back here. So your last opportunity to recover your party, get a chance to restock on supplies before the grand finale. We don't need to worry about that right now. So looking at our character's abilities, we got basically everything that I feel we're going to be needing for the grand finale. But everyone's got the most optimal equipment, I believe. Equipping the Zodiac Cape would max out your magic defense, which would be pretty good here. So go for that. I might keep the speed belt on you, since having good speed would be very nice here. Considering what everyone else has in terms of equipment, yeah, I feel like we are good for the final fight here. Alright, so it's time to return to the Day of Lavos. What? No way! Isn't this a familiar sight? So the last time we saw this era was on one of the monitors in the future. But this time we actually get to live through the Day of Lavos. That's... Lavos. Hayden, what do we do? You're right. For Doan and the others too. Ours was a short youth. But thankfully, we already dealt with the head. Look, a hole! I wish it were over, but I get the feeling it's not. Ugh, I guess we don't have a choice. Yeah, luckily we were already able to deal with the head, so we don't have to go through that whole fight again. We're okay, right? Pretty sure we got all of our preparations done, so nothing left to do but head into the final battle. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one, I can tell. So I have not done this fight for a few years. Let's just hope we do our best. This must be Lavos! This is the real thing?! So within Lavos' shell, we find the true form of this monstrosity. Definitely looks a lot more humanoid than we would have liked to see. Let's do an Aura World to heal ourselves up, and then we can go on the offense here. So Lavos! We got ourselves a powerful opponent here. Be sure to keep your party healthy and blast this thing with everything you got. What I would recommend here is attack the arms first. His body is going to have high defense, so be sure to strike at the arms first to lower its guard, and also to reduce the amount of attacks that this thing could do. But yeah, I definitely really like this form of Lavos. Its form is obviously very reminiscent of Cell from Dragon Ball Z, for anyone who's familiar with that particular series. And yeah, this is just peak Toriyama mutant cyborg design right here. It's definitely got a cool vibe to it. But yeah, this thing has gotta go. It has been a plight upon all of time for too long, and we gotta wipe it out. Hit this thing with everything you've got. Do not be stingy about your items. This is the final battle. And it goes without saying, but the music in this fight is amazing. This track is called World Revolution, and it's one of my favorite music tracks in the entire game. It's so frickin' good. With this party, we should have a pretty good time of handling this guy. We can do a lot of damage across all of its pieces, so we should have plenty of time to handle it. So this guy can also inflict status ailments on your party, but thankfully we have equipment to nullify that, so we shouldn't have to worry about any of the other tricks this thing can do. It does have some powerful attacks, but as long as we keep the party healed, we shouldn't have to worry. Alright, there goes the other arm. So we just got the head to deal with. Uh-oh. Seems one of us got confused. So I guess that's able to break free somehow. Hey, seriously, I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to be immune to status ailments. What's going on here? Okay, so you're poisoned, but don't worry, we'll heal you up in a bit, Misty. Just keep hitting this thing, and we should be good. So yeah, now that the arms have been destroyed, we can strike the head for a lot of damage. Okay, we're gonna need to panacea away that poison, and then the girls can just strike you with an antipode bomb. Probably be a good idea to start using our Mega Elixirs once the party gets low on MP, but we got plenty of time for that. Yeah, this monster still hits really hard, so be careful about that. Let's go for a nice sword, and then on Luca's turn, I am going to use one of our Mega Elixirs. Woo, that's very good damage. Yeah, I see no reason to hold off on using these things. They fully restore your party's HP and MP, making them really good at healing. There's only a limited amount of them in the game. You are not able to purchase them, so be sure to save them for this particular fight, and you should be good. Uh-oh, you're confused again. Let's cure that. So I'm pretty sure I had something to prevent you from being afflicted by statuses. I do not know why. Yeah, for whatever reason, did I not equip you with the right item? Yeah, because Chrono and Luca are not being affected by statuses. It's just Misty. Nah, it's not too much of a concern to us at this point. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this phase here. This guy's got some powerful skills, but we have managed to outlast a lot of what this guy can do, so we should be good. Let's do another Aura Whirl, and then let's cast a Flare. This guy is still hanging in there. Definitely is the most formidable foe we have faced so far, and it's gonna take a lot for us to take him down. And another transformation. Now I understand. It lives on a planet for as long as possible, selecting the most desirable life forms, allowing them to advance, and then harvesting their DNA. The young it gave birth to on Death Peak must have all of that DNA. Eventually they'll migrate to other planets and repeat the cycle. This thing is the reason we're all here? It's a parasite, sleeping within the Earth all this time, stealing all our progress. This planet is our home. Lean's, Doan's, everyone's. And we're taking it back. Impossible. You can't toy with an entire world and think I'll let you get away with it. So everyone in your party will have their own comments to say about Lavos' true form here. But now it's time for the final phase. In its final form here, we got ourselves one heck of a final gauntlet to go through here. So Lavos has 3 different parts to it that we need to take care of. I recommend ignoring the part on the far right first. You want to focus your efforts on the segment on the far left, as that one will be healing the main body. So just have your party striking and... oh, I guess that thing is immune to magic. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is have... Marl's going to be casting haste on the party so that we can get some faster actions against this guy. So Lavos will, of course, be inflicting more statuses on the party. All of its segments have different attacks they can do, so you want to be very careful about that. Let's cast a haste on Luca. And yeah, the name of the game here is just striking at the various segments in a specific order so that you'll be able to handle this thing. So now that we dealt with the pod on the left, we want to go for the main body. Its guard will be much lower, so we should be able to handle it. But yeah, this guy definitely has a lot of nasty skills up his sleeve. It's able to cut the entire party's HP, which is definitely nasty. But as long as you have a lot of healing items, you should be good. We got plenty of Lapis, so we should be fine here. Let's go with an Ice Sword against the body, and then you can use another Lapis. Oh, geez, your MP is out. Okay, you can take a Turbo Ether. Wow, that was a big hit there. So what we could also use are barrier spheres here against this thing, since Lavos can definitely do a lot of damage to us. Though that's not going to help against the HP halving attack. Also, I freaking love how trippy the background is. It's basically cycling through all the eras that we have visited through time. And it definitely leads to a pretty impressive little scene here to serve as the final show for our fight against Lavos. Let's try a Megaton Bomb against this thing. Pretty good. Alright, so this thing will of course be able to revive the pods, so we gotta take care of that again. Luckily, I'm pretty sure the pods get revived with pretty low HP, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. So I've actually got the... We got the central body pretty low at this point, so we should just keep striking at it. And with that, we dispose of the center body. However, we still got the pod on the far right. So this pod here, not the main body, is the true core of Lavos. And you want to strike at this thing really quickly, otherwise this thing will just continuously revive the other bodies to deal with. So yeah, strike at it with everything you got. Its defense lowers when it's about to cast Resurrect, so that's your opportunity to hit this guy with everything you got. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Turbo Ether on Luca to get your power up. Alright, looks like it's got its defenses back up. We did some pretty good damage there. Hey, buddy. What are you gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity to set up with our spheres. Start with the barrier spheres. And yep, it's gonna revive the other bodies. So yep, the name of the game here is take out the left pod first, the middle body, and then the pod on the right. And if you keep that up, then we should be able to defeat Lavos. It's a pretty interesting take on a final battle where you're not expecting just the small fry on the side to be your final target. But we should be good here. Just keep up the damage and we should have this guy dead. Okay, just want to use an aura to heal you. Got all the time in the world to take this parasite out. And we're gonna need some more ether on Chrono. So we'll give you that. Alright, there goes the body. So now we can focus our efforts on the true body. Yeah, but I think it was able to restore its defense before we had an opportunity to. Oh, there we go. It's lowering its defense again. So let's strike with Ice Sword, and then Luca, go for a Megaton Bomb. But yeah, as long as you keep up this pattern, we should eventually take this monster down. We almost got you. Let's do Fire Sword 2, and then... yeah, I'm not too worried about you at the moment. Okay, let's do Ice Sword, and we'll do another Megaton Bomb. We got a good rhythm here. I think we've got a good shot at taking this guy down. So I believe when I originally fought Lavos years ago, my party in that was Chrono, Marl, and Magus. And that was certainly an interesting party I used. Not necessarily the best one I could have done, but, you know, it was competent. Alright, the other bodies are revived, so we got to get back on this. So I believe that we are almost done this fight, so let's just keep hammering away at this guy and we should be good. Alright, Luca's gonna need more MP. But we should be good here. As long as we keep up the damage, we should have this one in the bag. So let's Turbo Ether on Luca. And then the girls can Antipode Bomb free. If the right pod lowers defenses again, it would be a good opportunity to also get some damage in there. Because there have been times I've seen people take out the right pod while the main body was still active. So that'd be a cool thing to get to do. Yeah, let's try a Luminaire with Chrono. Haven't really been using it in this session. Well, there we go. We finally took out Lavos' core. It's over. Hayden! 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 You! Wake up and get your wretched body out of bed! Your stay of execution has been withdrawn. You will accompany us to the castle now, where we will carry out your sentence. Ooh, boy. Hello, Your Majesty. We've been searching high and low for you, Hayden. Where did you take my daughter? Daddy, no! Hayden hasn't done a thing! My daughter says Hayden has done nothing. What do you think of that, Chancellor? If I may speak freely, Your Grace, I think your daughter is quite clearly delusional. Hayden's deeds have impacted the entire kingdom. The Chancellor, too? What's the matter with you? Please, just listen to me. There's a reason I've been gone. You see, we had to... Save the future? What? You saved the future and taught us what it is to have hope. You defeated Janus's troops and restored peace to the realm in the year 600. Hayden beat Reptites! What's going on? Why are you all here? Luca! You brought them here, didn't you? You undertook quite a daunting mission. These past and future members of our line told me all about it. Members of our line? You mean these people are all my ancestors and descendants? Here I was fussing about rules, when you were up protecting our kingdom and the life of the entire planet. I believe a victory parade is in order. Tonight we celebrate you, the hero who saved the world. Now, Nadia, why don't you go and enjoy the last night of the fair? Come along with Hayden, our hero! Come along with Princess Nadia, home safe at last! May Guardia prosper for another 1,000 years! Let the Moonlight Parade begin! It's been a while since we were last at the fair. Seems like things are definitely very good. Now that we have celebrated the end of Lavos and our futures being saved. So what a better way to celebrate that than a night here at the Millennial Fair. And we get an opportunity to talk to some of the locals as well. So we got Laura and Taban. Honey, don't just be a sack of potatoes. Dance with me. Oh, Hayden, the king says you say the future. To think, my daughter's own best friend. Wait till I tell my friends. So I believe if you don't save Laura before this point, she will either not be present here or she'll be sitting down since she can't walk. Ah, nothing better than a toast under the stars. Hayden, have a sip. You're the hero today. We really are, aren't we? I can't believe it. They say you saved the world. But still, I do wish you would spend a little more time around the house. It's terribly troublesome having no one around to look after the pets. Princess Nadia, you look beautiful. No, don't get me wrong, honey. You look good, too. This is fantastic! Yeah, it's just very nice to get a chance to talk with all these people here, especially those we've gotten to know over the course of our adventure, and to see what they have to feel about our victory against Lavos. Hello, Melchior. I don't suspect there will be much need for weapons anymore. My days as a smith may be at an end. But looking up at that beautiful sky, it's hard to be worried about something like that. You have certainly helped us out a lot, Melchior, and we in turn helped you as well. So now we can head up into the main square here. Just have a bunch of dancers pop up around here, sure. Oh, this is where we stole that guy's lunch, which got us imprisoned and nearly executed. That was fun. And over here is where we saw that prehistoric dancing display. Though there doesn't appear to be anyone over there. If we head up here, the gang is all here by the telepod. Well, everyone, this is it. The time of parting is upon us at last. The gate is growing weak now that Lavos is gone. We got to say our goodbyes before the gate closes for good. You're all leaving? Hayden strong! Misty strong too! Ayla have fun! You're my distant ancestor, so you better have strong, healthy kids or I'll be in trouble. No worry, Ayla much energy. Yeah, she does. Wait, what did you mean by that? Kino dumb! Ayla go now! Goodbye, Ayla. It was fun having you around, you wild woman, you. Exuberant folk, and to think we may all have descended from them. Well, your majesty, Queen Lean awaits. We too should take our leave. Wart. I've always felt farewells were best kept brief. You're right. Who needs words? Whoa! Aw, you know it's a happy ending when the princess kisses the frog. So, you're going to search for Shala. That was one story thread that is left unanswered. What became of Shala after the destruction of the Kingdom of Zeal? Luca, I will keep working hard in the future. What's wrong, Luca? Aren't you gonna say goodbye to Robbie? So, you realized. Realized what? Robbie was born in a bleak future. When we defeated Lavos, we changed history. The world will never be ruined now. Robbie may not exist in the new future. Ha ha, do not be ridiculous. The new future will certainly have a place for me. Darn it, Robbie! Don't pretend you don't care when you're really sad. It just makes things worse. You are the one who taught me to consider the feelings of others in that manner, Luca. I am grateful for that. Don't cry, Luca. I'm sure Robbie will still be built in the new future. Goodbye. Caution! Oil has occluded my vision sensors. Sight diminished. So even a robot can learn to cry. Do you remember that talk we had? You mean about whether our lives flash by before we die? Yeah, I get the feeling that entity is finally at rest too. Yes, I feel it too. It's awfully easy to mess things up traveling through time. We should probably dismantle the epic, shouldn't we? We'd never be able to see any of the others again, though. Aw, kitties! You naughty thing! Come back here! See, Hayden? Pets run away when you don't feed them. Hey, come back here! Oh, that's not good. Oh no! Hayden, that gate will never open again! Well, it looks like we have no choice but to go after them. Go after them? But the gate's already... Luca, you don't mean... We still have a time machine! Oh, there you are, Princess. His Grace is looking for you. Hello, Father. I'm happy, you know. Now there's no reason for you to be running off anymore. I have a gift for you, Nadia, to commemorate this day. Ooh, balloons. This is Nadia's bell. It will ring out across the land. Pretty, isn't it? Nadia, could you? And where did everyone go? Could someone please lend me a hand?
Thanks for the gift, but I have places to be.
Phew! Made it just in time! Shall I fire a few off? No, Tabit, not now! Actually, I could use... And that was Chrono Trigger. We managed to get what I believe is the best possible ending you can get in this game. It has certainly been a long road here. It took us nearly the entire summer to get to this point. But we finally finished it. God, what a ride this has been. I have stated this before, but in my mind, Chrono Trigger, well, far from a perfect game, is about as close as you could possibly get. And in my mind, this is just peak fiction at its finest. I am so glad that this passion project between the creators of Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and the late Akira Toriyama was able to be created and would get a chance to touch the hearts of so many other people around the world. Because, yeah, this is just such a timeless game. I love it so much. I wish that I got to experience it when it was originally released on the SNES back in the day, but getting to play the newer releases, it's still a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed revisiting this game here on this channel. And to look at that, we get little glimpses to all the characters we got to meet along this journey. So got to see that Robbie and Atropos are together. Ward will continue to serve the Kingdom of Guardia. Magus will keep searching the world for his sister. I sure hope he is able to find her. But yeah, just such a phenomenal game with such a fantastic story that utilizes the time travel mechanic super well. Just, I love getting to visit all these different eras, getting to know all the people and cultures within them, and getting to change events in history so that can lead to better futures and outcomes for all kinds of people. It is just such a phenomenal experience getting to play this again, and I know a lot of other people have had their own playthroughs of this game over time, and I hope this one got to encourage some others to get to experience this for the first time, because it's a game that means a lot to me. It's definitely up there as one of my favorite games of all time, and I know I'll be playing it some more long after this playthrough. So while adventure here in Chrono Trigger has come to an end, we still got many more adventures awaiting us on this channel. So, my plan going forward is I got plenty of free time next week where I don't have to worry about work, so I feel like I'm gonna take a week-long break from streams. Since I've been focusing just so much time into this particular playthrough, it'd be good to take a break. Especially with how wild things have been over the last couple of months. Like, this playthrough has definitely been an interesting time capsule for my life, since I've had to go through jury duty for the very first time. We had the wildfires that were happening up here in Ontario. I got to see my mother get remarried to the man that she loves. Yeah, but it's certainly been an interesting period in my life, and I'm glad I got to experience this game alongside that. But yep, I will be back on this channel pretty soon, so we still have to upload my VODs from when I was playing the Battle Frontier in Pokemon Emerald, so that will be happening over the next couple of weeks until that playthrough is wrapped up. And then next we begin live streaming on this channel again. We're going to revisit a game that I previously played on my Twitch channel, but I never got a chance to fully show off what you're able to do in that game. So I'm hoping that that playthrough is going to be really fun here. So until next time, have a good day, and take care. Oh god, it is really thundering out there right now. You didn't think that was quite the end, did you? We still got our anime epilogue! So this was new additions to the story for the PlayStation release of this game, I believe. And here we get to see some more fates of our characters. Chrono and Nadia end up getting married. And yeah, I'm very happy for these two. See, Ayla and Kino is still doing good back in their time. And we even get to see them get married as well. It's very sweet. And as for Glenn, would you look at that? He has managed to return to his human form. And he will continue to serve the Kingdom of Guardia as its loyal knight. Hey, Melchior. Aww. And we also get to see a bit about what Luco's up to. She built a copy of Robbie to hang out with, and... oh, what's that? So Luca finds a mysterious baby out in the forest. So that is a story development that will be relevant to Chrono Cross, the sequel of this game. And yeah, at some point I do want to play through that game. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to play it for the channel at some point, but that will be something we'll go into later down the line. And for beating Lavos, something else opens up. So we have that to look forward to later on. You can now visit the Dimensional Vortex. So yeah, now we are done with Chrono Trigger. Thank you for joining me on this adventure, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye!